Oh, we're gonna make the light. Woo! With all that power. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dietrich, and today we are test driving a 2000 Lexus RX300. This car was a recent trade-in to a local car dealership that I am connected to. Actually traded it in on a newer used Lexus. So gotta love the brand loyalty. It has 172,000 miles on it. And oh, feel that squat under braking. Oh yes. This is the bad old days of Toyota chassis design. This thing has 172,000 miles on it. It's like a 3-owner car. I really have no idea about the previous service history, although I imagine it has been serviced pretty well because the 3-liter V6 still runs pretty smooth. Slight vibration at idle, but nothing off-putting for a car of this age and mileage. 220 horsepower and 222 torques are under the hood. I also have a 4-speed torque converter automatic transmission. This is a front-wheel drive RX300, the only major option of note as far as the powertrain is concerned. In 2000, you could either have a front drive or an all-wheel drive Lexus. And this is front drive, and it is... I mean, it wouldn't be fair to call it slow, but it's certainly not going to go out of my way to call it fast either. I would call the horsepower adequate in this day and age, and especially grading on a curve because it is an older vehicle. But, you know, 22 years ago, oh gee, many Christmas, I'm getting old. 24 years ago, I'm sure that this acceleration would have felt just fine. The ride is pretty smooth. The handling is kind of loosey-goosey, but honestly not as bad as I would have expected. You get a lot of dive under braking, but that goes with the, you know, Clinton era soft Lexus chassis. That's just how they made them. Oh! You do get some body roll in a tight curve. Oh, but it's kind of a hoot to drive it because this is a very significant car, even though just looking at it on the outside in this day and age, you might not necessarily see that. But in my opinion, this thing really broke the dam for the crossover luxury mid-sized SUV, and was a huge seller, very popular in its time, and still a very popular vehicle today. We're gonna hook this. The handling, you know, I have to be honest, I expected this thing to be absolute garbage to drive, and it's not great. Let's just get that out of the way. But it's nowhere near as bad as I thought it was going to be, and especially considering the fact that it's as old as it is with as many miles as it has. I mean, all right, I'm doing 54 miles an hour downhill. There is a little bit of wind noise. There is a little bit of tire noise. I do believe this car was well maintained because it's got some nice matching Michelin tires on them with good tread, and that's a good indication. If you're looking at used cars, the first thing you should look at is the tires, because if you're looking at 4 mismatched tires, one of them's brand new, 2 of them are bald, one of them's in the middle, and blah 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 blah, then you know the car was run on a budget. If it has 4 name brand tires with relatively equal tread on them and good tread, that is an excellent sign. That means that whoever had it before was not afraid to spend a little money on it to maintain it, and that's what this car has. But not too many squeaks and rattles. Engine still sounds good. Engine sounds smooth when you rev it. Transmission shifts smooth. This is a testimony to Lexus quality, and it's there. Lexus makes really high quality cars. I don't love every car that they make. I like some of them, but they're all extremely well made, and you can't argue that in any other way. Whoever's behind me is going to be like, oh no, a gold Lexus is in the lane. It's going to be some old lady who's going to take forever to realize that the light turned green through her cataracts. This car's so old that in 2000 you couldn't even get a navigation system in it. It's this screen right here just does like the cruise information, average miles per gallon. I think you can see radio stuff on there. I turned the radio off for the test drive, of course, and the climate control. The AC still blows cold. This guy traded this thing in for 800 bucks. If you could buy it for 800 bucks, it would be a great buy. But you'd have to either find someone you knew who'd be willing to let it go for 800 bucks, or spend millions and millions of dollars and start a car dealership and get a new car franchise and build the showroom and get the inventory and hire the people and train the technicians and blah, 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 blah. Green light. And the Lexus accelerates smoothly. Still smells, when you've been around a lot of older cars, different brands have different smells to them. This one almost has a more Toyota-ish smell. Obviously Lexus are made by Toyota, but it's still, in a way, I won't say it smells new because it doesn't smell like a new car, but it smells like it should. That dive under braking is great. The dealer that took this in is going to wholesale it because it's a 2000 with 172,000 miles on it. But, you know, when you're a new car dealership, there's certain things that you can't sell. But if you had a sled lot, this would be prime merch, baby. Prime merch. There we go. We're going to give it the beans. Beans, full power. Oh, it's not fast, but it still sounds... That V6 still sounds decent. Oh, I got a little bit of a rattle coming from somewhere over here. Go through the puddle just for fun. This car's so cool. It's cool just because you don't see them anymore. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. I don't know. I mean, I guess if you got a 99, you could take it to Radwood, but nobody would care about this thing at Radwood. But in another, you know, however long it's going to take them to start doing Litwood, maybe another 5 or 6 years, if you rolled into Litwood with one of these that was clean, people would lose their minds. My mom used to drive me to school in that. Oh! When I was in high school, the senior counselor was very attractive. I don't know, she was maybe 45 or 50 years old, but she was like one of the, you know, teachers slash school staff that all the high school boys talked about. And she had one of these. I think it was silver, if I remember correctly. And so it was like, oh, that's the car that beautiful 45 to 50-year-old women drive. Fire department. Call the fire department, somebody's torching ups. Well, I think that's pretty much all I have to say about this car. I appreciate you coming along for the ride. This is really, you know, no real point in doing this except for pure nostalgia, or I suppose curiosity if, you know, you're a younger person who wasn't around when these things were around, but you're interested. Hey, there's a Lexus dealer. That's not where it was traded in, by the way. It just happened to be there. So, with that being said, I'll put a link to my full review in the description. You can check that out, and please like my video, subscribe to my channel, and always drive safely. Thank you.